The following podcast contains one swear word, and it is said by Kate. I'm afraid we do also mention the C word. That's right, Christmas. So really, the podcast contains 2 swear words. We apologise for any offence caused.
Hello and welcome to That Was the Week That Was It? The podcast where we sit a guest down and we ask them how their week was last week. I'm Alex Sievewright, and joining me is my friend and designated support officer, Kate O'Connor. Kate, what's up?
Yo, home dog.
How's it going?
Was that right? Did I do it right?
Yeah, it sounded great.
Thanks.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Has your week been good?
My week's been pretty good. A mixture of rain and sun.
Yeah, same here.
In a literal and metaphorical sense.
Oh, well, just in literal in my sense. It's just been, weather. Well, that's the banter over it. Thank you so much. And joining us this week is the absolute legend and someone who is extremely regular on... Actually, I probably should rephrase that. Someone who is a regular on Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's Colin Mochrie.
Hooray!
Hello, Colin.
Hello, thank you. And I am fairly regular.
Oh, good. I mean, it's important,
to
isn't it?
It really is.
When you get to a certain age, it is important to be as regular as clockwork. But, I'm so happy to have you here, Colin. And I'm so pleased that you said yes.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been an awful long time, yes. We first met in, was it 2005, I think? We were filming that action movie, weren't we? With Bruce Willis and Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
What was it called?
It was called Really Die Hard?
Really Die Hard, that's right, yes. I remember that, yeah. And you had a bit part in that. You were one of the terrorists, I believe.
Yeah, I was the first one to get killed. But in an unusual way. I was being slowly cut with a samurai sword while Gilbert Gottfried was doing his favourite lines from Aladdin.
Yes, and took about half an hour, didn't it, I believe, in real time. The director's cut is even longer. Kate,
It was a really brave choice from the director, I thought.
Yeah,
I did. I saw the whole thing. Yeah, I got it on Blu-ray and watched the full director's cut. I mean, I have some trauma, but worth it.
Good.
I think.
We've all got trauma from it, so yeah. But it was a cracking film, did well in the box office, I believe, and spawned many sequels.
Yeah, it was named one of the movies of 2005.
Yes, I believe Roger Ebert did say that was a film.
Mm-hmm.
So, Colin, let's get to the meat and bones of this. How was your week?
It was a week. It's getting better in that I now know what day it is. There was a section where I had no idea what day or month it was, but now I'm focused. So I started off with a good Monday. We're in May? And of course, our thoughts turn to Christmas.
Of course.
I'm filming a Christmas movie next week where I play Santa Claus, so we had a Zoom reading of that play.
Oh, wow. How festive.
The Christmas Letter. Keep your eyes out for it.
I will. Is it appearing? I presume it's going to be streaming, because everything is streaming nowadays, isn't it?
Well, maybe by the time they film it and get it together, there'll be actually theaters open. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath. Most movies that I tend to be in, end up streaming or in book bins, which is weird.
Bless. We've all got at least one of Colin Mochrie's films, I think, on our shelves.
Oh, do you? Which is your favorite?
I think it's The Tuxedo.
Very underrated, yeah.
Very underviewed as well.
Absolutely. That for the movie, the Jackie Chan movie, I actually got a call and they said, Jackie Chan's shooting this movie in Toronto. They, it's an action comedy. They want to have a reading to see how the comedy is and whether it plays. So they want you to read one of the parts. I went, yeah, sure. What part? And they said, well, you'll be reading Jackie Chan. So I was in this boardroom, and it was Jackie Chan was sitting beside me and all the stars of the movie, and he mouthed the lines along with me. I mean, my first line was, I'm Jimmy Choo, which got a laugh, but I don't think for the right reason.
No, probably not.
No.
Yeah, it sort of skewed it, but it was, and he was lovely. He was lovely.
He strikes me as a lovely man.
Yeah, no, he was just, he'd film all day, and then after filming, he would go to Chinese senior homes and talk to people, and yeah, just amazing guy.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's wonderful.
He did bitch slap me once, but
oh, good.
I mean,
you deserve it. You probably deserved that, didn't you?
I did take the broccoli he was heading for in the craft table.
Well, when you say he strikes you as a nice guy, he is a nice guy when he strikes you. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. So Monday was full of festive cheer then, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it was fun. It went well. The cast seems very nice. I actually knew a couple of the people, so I do have to, fly somewhere, which...
by sled?
Well, it's like a 1-hour flight on some airline, they say. So we'll see. I think it's one of those where there's like 8 people and they weigh you before you go on.
I bet. Yeah.
But you're good and regular now, so
yeah. So I'm fine. I'm good for an hour at least.
Yeah.
Great.
You're a little bit over the weight limit. Give me a few minutes.
Yeah.
I actually did. I did have a flight. We're not going to get past Monday, by the way. I did have a flight where it was. I had a show in Nantucket, and it was one of those flights. They weigh you. They put your luggage in the wings. And I was sitting right behind the pilot. And as we're heading to Nantucket, he turned to me and goes, "We're not going to make it." And I went, "What?" So many things going. He said, "We're not going to make it." I said, "Okay. What exactly do you mean? And why are you telling me?" He said, "No, the Nantucket's fogged in, so we have to go elsewhere." And I said, "Okay, that's maybe how you should have opened. Never tell someone." And because I'm regular, you now have something to clean up.
Well, that's it. So was that over the tannoy? Or was that...
No, I was right there. I leaned over and said, "What do you mean? What do you mean we're not going to make it?"
A pilot with an existential crisis. You don't
This
need
is
that.
why so many limericks open with a reference to an old man from Nantucket. It's just one of those places.
It really is. It really is.
Bless. So Monday, festive cheer. Tuesday, was that as festive for you?
Tuesday is a day... Okay, well, it's going to sound silly when I tell you, but Tuesday is the day when I try to trend something.
Okay.
It's yet to work. I try to get certain phrases trending. Like, when you're opening a play or something, someone will say, break a leg or marriage or something. Mm-hmm. I tried to get push the hanky trending.
Push the hanky.
Nice.
Okay.
It had no traction. It just didn't go. I had this whole backstory of, in Shakespearean days, because there was no hygiene, all the actors would have little hankies. And when the stink got bad, they would shove it up their nose. And so if you push the hanky, there'd be no stink.
Right.
Oh.
No.
Push the hanky.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say that before every recording now.
Do it.
I like that.
Yeah,
I found
I'm going to do
out
that.
recently that drag queens have their own equivalent, and they say they don't like to say break a leg because so often they're on towering heels and the risk of that is very real. So instead they say bat a lash.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that as well. Yeah.
I like that too.
Maybe I should. Maybe that's who I should be focusing on for push the hanky.
Well, on drag queens, sure. They're game for a laugh. They're always, influencing language.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'd be a good target market, I think, for your language trending ambitions.
Push the hanky is more for like Victorian fops, isn't it? Or dandies, more like push the hanky. It's kind of like I can see them, flapping a hanky around for good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many of them do you meet, like, day to day?
Very few around here.
Well, yeah. I'm in southeast London, so there's not many here. They're more sort of Hackney way.
It really is a dying profession.
Yes.
It is, sadly.
Yeah, the whole FOP society, I think, the one in Toronto just went bankrupt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a real shame.
As the whole coronavirus thing, lockdown, unfortunately, a lot of businesses and a lot of FOPs have
but also
gone under.
Hankies don't do well in a sort of viral environment, do they? You really want something that's more disposable.
Yeah, the face mask, unfortunately, has taken precedent over the hanky. Wear the mask. Maybe that's the new...
Do you think that'll just start a whole fight on Facebook or whatever, Twitter? People coming with the political ramifications. It's just push the hanky is pretty inoffensive.
I know.
Unless someone doesn't have a nose.
It was bad enough when I posted a picture about me getting vaccinated. This was last week. The amount of hate I got from that. Yeah, it was ridiculous. One person said R.I.P. to me. Another one was like, called me a clown. And I was like, well...
Rest in protection from COVID-19.
I guess that's what it meant. I don't know. But yeah, crazy times. So
sometimes I feel Twitter isn't the best place for rational discussion.
No.
Do you know what, Colin? I think you might be onto something there.
Yeah, I really do.
It's been a long time coming, but somebody needed to say it.
I'm not afraid to say it, except on Twitter, where I'll be attacked.
Where you'll be killed by the mob, yes. That's totally fair.
Hashtag push the hanky.
Push the hanky. I'm also trying to get... You know how people used to say, she's the cat's meow, like back in the old days. I tried to go, you're the dog's potato. And which I realized, I was going opposite of cat, but the opposite of a meow isn't a potato. So I think that's where that one fell down.
Yeah, also, like, we do already have a fairly prevalent turn of phrase that starts with the dogs. And ends in something that, you could term them potatoes if you wanted to, if you were being, very coy.
Yeah. No.
The dog's bollocks. Yeah, dog's bollocks.
Yeah, that one did. Yeah, I can see now. There's a lot of problems with that.
But then saying to someone you are the dog's bollocks is a good thing.
Can be a good thing.
That's a good term. So you are ahead of the curve.
The
Maybe for children, the dog's potato.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like
potatoes.
that. That's good.
Yeah.
But then you've got to have the awkward conversation with your young children. We're like, Mummy, what is a dog's potato? And I'm like, why are you speaking like a Cockney? And then you have to explain, well, there's this man, he's called Colin Mochrie. There was a whole thing, and...
There was a whole thing for a week. Maybe even less than a week, and maybe one day.
Here, take this hanky and go and play. I don't know. We'll work it out, though.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out.
Yeah.
Well, that was Tuesday, and I actually did it trend. I don't know if you covered that.
It did. It did not. It died on the vine.
Well, I'll try posting it as well.
All right.
And see where that goes.
I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, Alex.
When we post about this podcast.
Yeah, I will say hashtag push the hanky, hashtag podcast.
All right.
Yeah. So now we move on to our next feature, which is this feature's theme music was produced after the recording of the podcast. So here it is.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna say goodbye.
Oh God, this is wrong.
So that was the tune. What did you guys think?
Breathtaking.
Yeah.
Yeah? Was there anything... Yeah, go on. Anything good about it? Or...
I just thought...
Don't fish for compliments, Alex.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to find a nice... I just thought the combination of Aerosmith and a madrigal... At first you wouldn't think, this is not going to work. But I think it was... I think it hit new levels of musicality.
Totally.
That's what I
agree.
aim for. I aim for that. Some people say Aerosmith, you can't work with them. But on this occasion, they, pulled up and did it right.
It's like you took the idea of Arcade Fire playing a hurdy-gurdy and turned it all the way up to 11.
I did, yes. All the way up to 11.
And that Rick Astley last note was
Yes.
spectacular.
Chef's kiss.
And he was the most expensive out of the lot of them.
Yeah? Are you kidding me?
No. It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But, you know...
Well, he's got to pay to turn up behind all of those links, doesn't he? So, like, his outgoings are massive.
That's true. That's true. Apparently he gets paid for every Rickroll as well.
Does he?
That's what he was saying. I don't know. That's true. Anything you didn't like?
I wasn't... I don't want to upset any children, but I didn't love the choir. It was a bit high-pitched. It was a bit Grange Hill from the 80s. It was a bit...
Okay. The children's choir you weren't keen on?
No, they're never great, are they? Let's be frank. Unless you're a parent of one of them singing,
Yeah,
nobody
fair
actually thinks they're any good.
Fair enough.
And I actually thought, and this may be controversial, I thought it would have been helped by less cowbell.
Oh, that
You
is
see,
controversial.
I-
It's a strong take, though.
Yeah.
I like more cowbell. I've got, you get, well, as the great man said, you do get a fever,
Yeah.
and that fever is for cowbell. So I think I don't think there was too much. If anything,
Yeah, but
I think it was underplayed it.
It did really drown out your ooh, ooh, ooh vocal, though,
Yeah.
as you tried to match it.
And the way it built up into a true climax was followed by, oh God, this is wrong. Just really, I don't know, it just spoke to me.
Well, thank you.
But it was wrecked by too much cowbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't get the full impact of the climax.
Oh, I guess.
Okay.
Well, maybe you're right there. Maybe there's, yeah.
Well, I'll take that on board. Thank you so much, both of you, for that. That's going to be
You're
fun. Thank you. So, Monday festive, Tuesday uneventful trending, Wednesday we're already there. Colin, how was it?
Well, Wednesday was another reminder of we are, of course, in a pandemic. The week before, my wife and daughter and I were in Boston because my daughter had to have an operation there, which all went well. Everything's fine. But coming back into Canada, you have to quarantine for 14 days. Well, my quarantine was up last night at midnight, so I'm free to do.
Oh, and you chose to spend your first day of freedom with us. I feel genuinely honoured.
Even before the pandemic, my thing was to stay alone and avoid people. So this is lovely. But part of it is in the middle of your quarantine, you have to administer your own COVID test. So the three of us were on a Zoom call talking to a nurse who was telling us how to shove things up our nose and twirl.
Yeah.
And while having to fill out paperwork, it was just all the things I don't enjoy in one 20-minute period. Waiting for someone to contact you through Zoom, waiting, then having to shove something up your nose while you're opening up a vial, plus writing your name on it, and you can't put the sticker in the wrong place. And I actually spelt my name wrong. I was so flustered.
Mockkery.
Yeah.
Also, I do worry that might be an indication that you shoved the Q-tip too far up the nose.
It may be, but I really thought, I'm going to do a good one here. Shoved it up hard and then rotated for 15 seconds.
They do say, because I had a test as well, they do say push it in until you feel resistance. And that was a worrying phrase.
Because you can go quite a bit.
Yeah, I was getting flashbacks of that scene in Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger pull the thing out of his nose. I imagine it was worse for you because you're on a Zoom call, so it was almost like exact replica of that scene in a way.
And it was horrible for my daughter because part of it was her nose had been kind of broken and reset, so it was a little sensitive inside.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, that part cheered me up a little, but because I don't know, I love slapstick.
Did you do both nostrils or just the one?
I did both nostrils. Yep.
Did both at the same time or one at a time?
One at a time.
Okay.
I did ask, was it just the nostrils? Because I have other stuff I could check out. I don't know what kind of, is it a viral test or is it?
I've got these potatoes.
Yeah, I initially thought of the worst thing you could possibly do on a test.
Yeah.
For something to go, and push till there's resistance.
Yes.
Oh no.
But the good news was we're all negative, so we're fine.
That's good. That's good. Now, is that passing the test or failing it? That's what I'm
Negative. I feel I wish I could go back in time and use that as a hey, no, I passed.
Yeah. Works for me. Kate, have you had a test?
Yes. Yeah, I've had a couple. I had to do both nostrils and the back of my throat. Do you have to do the back of your throat?
I did the back of the throat as well. Yeah.
Oh, you sure
Yeah,
it was for COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're more thorough.
And that's pretty unpleasant. I can just about get my head around the nose one, but the back of the throat one is a killer. That's not for me.
What's the worst test you ever had?
Probably spelling year 5.
Yeah.
Tough times.
I was not great. Struggled with those vowels.
See, spelling, I was fine. Maths, forget about it. Rubbish. Still am.
Yeah, but they did make you shove something down the back of your throat as you did it, and that's very distracting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
How important really is math for us? I mean, adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying, that's really all we need to know.
I mean, when we were at school, even when I was at school, your teacher would say, well, you won't always have a calculator on you, will you, Kate? Well, fuck you guys, because I do.
Yes.
I just got a camera on it.
And I can
Amazing,
call anywhere
isn't
in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, I could count on... Well, actually, I probably couldn't count on one hand. I can count on one hand. I've lost my train of thought. No, what I was going to say is the amount of times I've used my calculator on my phone, I could count on one hand, which is ironic, I think.
Yeah. And if you can count on one hand, that's all you really need.
Exactly. I've used my calculator 6 times.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Teachers.
I know. Waste of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really is.
Really is.
Yeah. So we are scooting through these days. Thursday. Tell us, Colin, what happened on Thursday?
Thursday is my dinner plan day. My daughter had moved in with us just before COVID because she wanted to save up money to get an outrageously expensive apartment here in Toronto. So she's pescatarian. My wife has, just before the pandemic, just got a bunch of gluten problems. And I can eat anything. And I do all the cooking. It's been like a restaurant around here for the last year. So, for example, tonight I have a Zoom show at later. And it's at 5:30. So I have to get dinner ready before that. 3 different dinners. Then I have to do the short tech. Then I'm back at 6, shove food, which I will not taste, down my gullet, get the compliments from the family, then go down and do a show. So I try to figure out throughout the week, okay, I'm going to be busy this night, so this has to be an easy dinner. So for tonight, my daughter's getting fish tacos. My wife is getting a gluten-free pasta with chicken meatballs. I'm going to have some bread and then see what happens. See what happens later.
I was going to say, I imagine after that, it's like I
don't.
Have you found a meal that caters for both yet?
Have I?
Fish meatballs and gluten-free pasta.
My wife's allergic to fish.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's so many
Colin,
issues.
You left out the kicker.
So, rice dishes.
Why did your daughter do that?
You know what?
What did she do that?
That's cruel.
I'm feeling. I
I'm
feel
gonna
better
be
about
fish.
laughing about the thing going up her nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know she used to be a like a carnivore, a true carnivore. Then she went out with someone who was a vegan. So that was...
It could have been worse, Colin. It could have been a lot worse.
Well, she moved in with us for a while. So I had a pescatarian, a vegan, my wife and I. Yeah.
You walk into a bar, yeah?
The good thing about the vegan was she was really easy to turn. Like every once in a
really?
while, I could make something. Oh boy, this shrimp! Look how and she go. I'll just have a couple, and then for the next week, I could do anything. I could give her anything; she'd be fine. And then she would feel bad and go back to her vegan ways.
Should be a flexitarian. That's the easiest one, I find. Yeah, I'm a flexitarian.
Isn't that like all of us though?
Yeah. Well, no, it's just clearly not Colin's daughter.
Well, no, indeed, yeah. The rest of us,
Yeah, the ones aren't as
omnivorous,
yes.
human people. I'm not saying that vegans aren't human. That
Well, no,
really
I
wrong.
felt like you were sort of pointed that way, though.
There is an argument for that.
I'm a very nasty piece of work. You just got to scratch the surface.
I mean, the thing with them, it's so hard to tell if they're vegan or not
Yeah.
until they tell you within 3 seconds of meeting them.
Of course,
yes.
yes, yeah. And then that's all they could talk about. That's all they talk about in my experience of vegans.
Unless they do CrossFit. CrossFit.
Oh, if they do CrossFit, is that different?
No. Oh, Alex, I'm sorry. I thought it was a reference that you'd understand from all the gym work that you do. You're looking well.
Yep, I'm looking very well. Like I've been to a gym. I haven't been to a gym since before they closed.
Don't worry, I'm just going to leave it hanging there, and our listeners who understand will go, yeah, she's right.
I'll look it up later.
That'd be good. Those are the best
I'll look it up.
references when you can look back on them and go, "Oh yeah, I get it."
The ones
It-
that
it-
die in the room, but later somebody goes, aha! Yeah.
It's all right. It's only me anyway. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't get.
Of course, it
after
matters, Alex. We all matter.
Do we?
Well, no,
Do we?
in various degrees.
Oh, I'm not so sure. I couldn't be a vegan. It looks too much like hard work. I'm not. And I mean that in the case of I've seen people make fake bacon and fake cheese, and it's like just. It just seems I'm not. I don't think I could actually do that because I'd probably just accidentally make real bacon while trying to make fake bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really difficult to do quote marks in an audio-only medium.
Yes.
Accidentally make real bacon.
No, I mean, I accidentally probably would make real bacon. I don't know how I'd do it, but somehow I'm that bad. I'd probably just create real meat.
Yeah. I've had some great vegan meals, like absolutely excellent. But there's never been
I
a
agree.
time when I've eaten vegan meat going, "Oh, this is like the real thing." You go, no.
Never. There's some. You probably won't know this. Actually, you might because you've been to the UK a few times. Greg's. I don't know if you've ever been to a Greg's.
I haven't, but I do.
Okay.
I do know the reference. I
Yeah,
like
they do-
CrossFit. I got
They
this
do a
one.
vegan. they do a vegan sausage roll, which is actually better than their regular sausage roll.
Oh,
It's true.
okay.
True.
And I've got
It
a
comes
feeling
up a lot on this podcast.
it has come up before on this podcast. We
Oh,
might get sponsored by Greg soon.
you should go for that. Yeah, get some sponsorship.
I'll give it a go.
Imagine all the sausage rolls we'd get.
You get little commercials.
Oh, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'd love
We
that.
could really, really annoy Piers Morgan. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yes. We all need to do that. So the vegan isn't in your household anymore at the moment, Colin.
No, there was a whole. This is a whole other podcast. She. Here's the story. My daughter was once my son. She's a trans woman, and so at that point she was with the vegan, who is now one of her best friends and is living with her other best friend.
Right.
It's all God bless them. They all enjoy each other, and it's like nothing ever happened before. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's yeah. I mean, it's a very it doesn't get much more forward thinking than that, does it? You know,
No, they were living with us
you-
when they broke up. So she moved downstairs, and then it was like almost like nothing happened. Every day she would come upstairs, go into my daughter's room, and you'd hear them laugh. We'd have game nights, and I just kept thinking, this. Maybe
is
just
weird.
looking back on some of my relationships that did not go as smoothly.
I mean, but it's made you. I imagine it's made you very sort of. What's the phrase I want to use? Because I was about to use a really antiquated phrase myself. I say, with it and hip.
Oh yeah, I was really with it. Yeah. Hey man, I'm cool. Dig it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's lovely though. Like
is.
the fact that they've just sort of got on with it. That's a real demonstration of love,
It
isn't it?
is, and they're super close. I mean, my daughters. There's a group of 4 of them, and they're just lovely people and stunning looking. They're all just stunning. I never had that.
Yeah.
All my friends, it was like, yeah, these are my friends. Makes sense. But hers is like some sort of Justice League of beauty.
Just don't think about it too much, Colin, because it'll age you.
Oh
It really
God,
will
I
age you.
can't. Who knows how much time I've got left?
But I do have to say, as an aside here, I've followed your daughter's story, and I think you've just been. I thought you were a great guy beforehand, and you've just cemented it with the way it was handled, and it's the way to handle it. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
You ought to be commended. You ought to be commended, sir.
Well, yeah, I agree. But but part of me also goes, why is it? How is this a big deal? You're supposed
exactly.
to love your child, and that's what you do. All right, here's another story. Maybe we'll never leave Wednesday. So I was doing shows with Brad Sherwood, my partner, in India. We flew back to Boston, did a show there, and then from there I went to Who's Line to film there. And I wasn't feeling great. So I called the office and said, can you recommend a doctor? They set me up. I went. The doctor said, oh, you're incredibly dehydrated. So put me on the couch, stuck an IV into me. And then he said, has anyone ever mentioned the heart thing? And I went, no. What would that be? And they said, well, there's a kind of a weird murmur. Come on to this other office. So I sort of wheeled the IV into the other office. He gives me an ultrasound. He goes, yeah, 2 of your ventricles are leaking. I went, oh.
God.
So what should I do? He said, well, probably nothing till something happens. And I went,
Oh.
like a heart attack? And he goes, well, you'll get some warning. And I thought, okay.
Doctor, is this the warning, or is it?
So he said, just keep an eye out, get checked every year. I went, okay. On the way back home, I had an allergic reaction to the tape that they used to keep the IV in my... So I was covered in a red rash, and I was doing a show, Who's Line that night. It was the most horrific... I was just out of my mind with wanting to scratch. It was horrible. And then I got home, and my wife calls and said, all right, sit down. Our son is a woman. I said, okay, I have a rash. My heart's leaking. and what?
Yeah.
So
I understand it now.
so it was like, yeah, okay. But and my wife, Deb, is amazing too, and she actually wrote a great article for Reader's Digest about that whole thing. And yeah, and she's my daughter is so happy now. It's just great to see, and you just go, why is this a bad thing?
It isn't. It's fantastic. What I do want to talk to you about very quickly there is you mentioned that you and Brad did a show in India.
Yeah.
How did that go down? How was that?
Well, of course, we had like 5 dates. I think we were Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, and a couple of other places. And what was weird was there was billboards in every city we went to, but it was closed to the public. So, like the booking office was getting death threats because people couldn't get tickets. It was all like invited guests, and it was put on by the head of Black Dog Whiskey or something, who was a bit of a shady character.
Oh.
And with every show, he'd come like 5 minutes late, sit right in the center of the front row, as people would come and give him bottles of wine. He'd have a sip, they would take it away.
I thought you were going to say suggestions.
No. So we were, for our first show, we thought, oh, okay, I know it's actually the largest speaking country in the world, just because there's so many people. But we thought, it's a whole different culture. So we asked for a first suggestion, and we got fart. And it was like, all right, we are
Great.
in.
Oh, it feels
Spatula.
like home.
No,
Yeah.
except about 4 shows in, someone said, oh, by the way, don't say anything bad about Gandhi or they'll stone you. It's like, okay. I mean, chances are it wasn't going to happen, but it might have been nice to get that
Yeah, a bit earlier.
up.
the warm-up
Yeah.
speech.
Wow. I mean, just doing improv in India. That baffles me.
Yeah,
Amazing.
no, it was great. The show is really popular there. It's big.
Yeah.
I really feel I should be richer.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised you're doing this, if I'm honest with you. I
Well,
really am surprised you're
I
doing
tell you,
this.
Alex, I just look to find a way to fill my days.
Yeah.
Also, it's, you have mentioned Gandhi, but we'll let it slide. And
I didn't say anything bad about him.
no,
No.
you didn't. You
Good
didn't,
guy.
So you're getting away. You're getting away with it. It's really difficult to stone somebody over Zoom as well. So
I can always edit something to make it sound like you are saying something bad about him.
Wow.
I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Alex, I've told you to stop blackmailing the guests.
My God. After
I've
all the
told
nice
you.
things I said about your song.
I always edit that bit out when I say bad things about the guests.
Oh dear.
It's not true. So you're hating
gonna
me.
have a debrief.
Let's go to Thursday. What was that like?
Thursday is my day of rest, where
Oh.
I do things that I haven't had a chance to do. I'm on this a couple of platforms.
Eat meat.
Yeah, quietly in my room. I actually slaughter them on site.
Good.
I'm on these 2 platforms. One is called Memo. One is called Cameo, and people can contact me and say, my wife's birthday. Can you say happy birthday? Something. Blah blah blah. Mother's Day we just had here. It was insane. I was doing 100 a day,
Wow.
Wow.
and also cooking. So Thursday is I try to catch up on reading, maybe some shows I haven't seen. We do have a gym. We converted our garage. When I say gym, it has a thing I can walk on. So
It's not.
I mean, I've got one of them.
It moves.
I've got one of them in the back garden. Oh, it moves. So I've got one.
yeah, so that's good. I can work out. We also have a pool, so I can do some swimming. But that's my kind of relaxed day, sort of yeah.
Yeah, nice. I've used Cameo in the past to
Yeah,
get...
you sent that
birthday-
message to Jeremy Corbyn, didn't you?
I did, yes. But I've also used it in terms of buying someone. That sounds really sordid, the way I worded that.
It really
Yeah,
did.
no, Savage
It
was
did.
not happy.
Because my wife is a big fan of the Red Dead Redemption games. So the lead character in that, I got...
It's a horse.
Yes, and I got 2 messages from that horse.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's a really nice... It's a good service, and if I imagine it... you're a very popular man, Colin, I imagine.
Yeah, I made
Yeah, I mean-
13 million last year.
Jeez,
That was just
incredible.
that was just Father's Day and Mother's Day.
Wow.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, there's an easy way of doing it, folks. Is just set up a podcast, and then you can invite him on, and
Happy birthday!
yeah, and then you could edit
you.
edit pieces of what he says into a message.
This is the best birthday ever, by the way.
I'm
Thank
glad you like it, Kate. Well done. Congrats. That's not true, by the way. No, there was a big. I had to go through his agent. I had to go through.
Oh yeah, there's a few levels of people before you.
Oh,
can
there's
get-
a mountain of people to get through to get Colin on here.
yeah.
I had to talk to his agent.
Yeah, the guy who runs Black Dog Whiskey.
Yep.
His vegan friends.
Yep. There's a whole vegan chapter you have to go through.
Yeah.
Then it ends
They
with
are.
Steve Martin.
Yes.
Yeah,
Steve Martin.
yeah.
Steve Martin.
He drives a hard bargain, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Old
because
Steve.
he actually thought it was for him, so that's where the confusion lay.
Oh, Kate's gone.
I'm back.
Wow, you say one bad thing against Steve Martin, and
Steve Martin, and I'm gone.
She's off.
I'm not going to
She's off.
stand for that.
So is Whose Line's It Anyway going? Is that filming at the moment, or are you doing it?
they just finished our 7th season on the CW. We got renewed. We're doing another season. The best thing is we haven't filmed since 2019.
Wow.
But because they have so many extras, we have another season where I don't have to actually show up anywhere and film.
Oh, that's
real.
Yeah, I'm trying to find more work like that. It's hard. I mean, it's hard enough to describe. Can I do something where I'm not actually there and get paid, like, you know?
Or you do all the work in advance almost, but it's fun and you get paid for that work, but then you get paid again.
Yeah, Whose Line's really hard to beat. It's like 2 weekends out of the year, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we goof around. We don't get on each other's nerves because there isn't enough time, and then we leave.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, that is the dream.
I mean, I've been through this before, I'm sure, with you, but I've been a fan of Whose Line since I was a little kid, just on Channel 4, just like wrapped up 10:30 at night in my bed.
He's been a fan
just watching
since
it.
it was done in black and white, and
Yes.
you had to stop to put the words on the screen, and there was a piano.
Yeah, and
That's
yeah.
how long he's been. Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks, Kate, for making me feel young and vibrant.
yeah.
You're welcome.
I mean, if it helps, Clive Anderson was still hosting it back then as well. But
Yeah, Clive.
Yeah. But no, it's been a big influence on me. I mean, look what I've got to show for it.
Yeah. Well, I see the Winnie the Pooh. Everything's
Yes,
good.
he's there. I'm doing very well for myself. I've got a metronome.
That's for the hoedowns.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. Oh, that's so sweet.
I bought that in a charity shop, $1.99. What a bargain!
Yeah. No, I mean, it's been a fun... We had the 30th anniversary of the British one, 3 years ago maybe? And we did 4 shows at Royal Albert Hall. And it just felt wrong. It just felt
Too
so
big.
Well, you're just walking in the back and you see, pictures of the Beatles or Frank Sinatra. And then we go on and, run like chickens for a while and then leave.
Yeah.
I mean, literally is money for nothing, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Oh no.
No, there's a lot to be said for improvisers. A lot to be said. I used to do it myself for a while.
Yeah. No, a lot to be said.
Too much to be said in this podcast. Yeah.
Yes, and okay, so Friday. Thursday, you've caught up with everything, I imagine.
I think Thursday we also cooked, didn't we? I think
We cooked. Pretty much
on
every
Thursday
day
as well.
is a cooking day. I never get a rest off of that. My wife, God bless her, lovely woman. It was early in our marriage. She was we had moved down to LA because she was doing a show. She was 8 months pregnant. She was the star of the show. She was one of the producers and writers. So she had these long days, and I couldn't work. I didn't have papers. So I just said to her, hey, this cooking thing, do you just look at the recipes and do it? And she went, yeah, that's all you do. Because she hated it from day one, and I just found it really relaxing, and I love doing it. So it's getting a little old now, but it's actually been good during this time where we couldn't really do anything, just finding new recipes and finding ways to satisfy my family, keep them happy.
Yes, that's the best way, isn't it? I mean, it must be. I mean, particularly during lockdown, you want to keep everyone happy. I've found that, and I actually live in a house with 5 other people at the moment, including my wife, because we're house sharing. And during lockdown, it's been like the most boring episode of Big Brother you have ever watched, ×2, with no arguments and no problems, and everyone just getting along. And there's also 4 dogs, and it's just been pretty heavenly, to be honest with you.
That's because all of you are
That's
the
lovely.
dog's potato.
Yes, all about the dog potato. All about the dog potato. So, no, Friday. What were you doing on Friday?
Friday.
What were you doing on Friday, Colin?
Friday, I spent all day thinking about being creative. I often think about, hey, this is the time, we've been in lockdown, not much to do. This is where I'm going to write something. So every Friday, I think about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then find ways not to.
Yes.
Whether it's games or all of a sudden, we haven't dusted the entire house in a while. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
I do I love doing laundry. So I'll do that. And while I'm doing it, I'll think of ideas. I have like 15 amazing opening scenes to something.
Yay.
Then after that, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
I'm with you. I started writing a book during lockdown as well, and there's about 12 pages, I think, so far.
Yeah.
That's a book. It's a short book, but it's a book.
It makes no sense.
I really
doesn't matter.
feel I should like put my nose to the grindstone, because every idea I've come up with, like years later, that idea, somebody else has it and does it.
Yeah.
I originally had a Breaking Bad, although he was a gym teacher, and instead it wasn't meth, it was this new sort of Red Bull kind of drink, but it was fairly similar.
Very similar, yeah. That is very similar.
And then I had a Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
But it was more about a monopoly company. It made the game Monopoly, but it was set in medieval times.
Amazing.
Okay, nice.
It was Top Hats of Thrones.
Lovely.
So close.
Small Dogs of Thrones.
The idea that I've had that's been going around my head for years and years and years is about a time travel agency in the future
Oh.
that gives... I've just given away the idea now.
I'm not going to write it.
No, I'm. To be honest, I'm not either.
It's pretty safe.
Yeah, but essentially, they give their holidays are destinations in time, and you pay a certain amount of fee, and you get to stay, like say in ancient Egypt or the old West and blah blah blah. But yeah, never got round to actually writing it or doing anything with it, and probably never will. So I agree with your, procrastination type thing.
I thought my best idea was, what if there were the other gender? And it was taking all the famous shows, but just switching the genders. Because I figured they're already written.
Yeah.
I just have to change he's and she's around.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Well, they've started doing it now, haven't they? Like, didn't Ghostbusters do a reboot?
They did.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, they did an Oceans. Well, it wasn't quite flipped, but they did a lady Oceans.
Yeah.
That was the original working title, but they changed
But I would
it
do
to
like The
Ocean's
Sopranos with Tina Soprano.
Oh yes. That'd be
Well,
good.
wouldn't they have to call it the Tenors?
Was it?
Oh, geez. Now you've opened up a whole can of worms.
The Golden Guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Golden Guys.
I'd cast you in that, Colin.
Thank you.
You could be B. Arthur.
Wow. Wow. That was like a double slam.
That really.
Man, if I was Gandhi, you'd be dead.
You really wanted Estelle Getty, didn't you?
Well, she's the funny one.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Colin, if it helps.
Well, yes.
I'm going to caveat this by saying I haven't yet read it, but I get the feeling that John Cleese has been suffering the same fate as you have in terms of having all of these wonderful ideas about creativity, not quite managing to channel them into, some sort of creative outlet. And so rather than distilling his ideas into a sensible show or novel or whatever it might be, he's just written a book about how to be creative.
Oh, see, that seems like a lot of work.
But all you've got to do is just like there's a chapter on do your laundry, and you'll come up with all of these ideas.
I love how Kate hasn't got round to reading it yet. As well.
It's only just come out. It's in my wish list on Amazon. Also available at all good bookstores.
He's on Cameo as well, John Cleese.
Yeah, I wonder if I could sell ideas. Like if I sold my switch gender ideas.
Yeah.
So I don't here, I'll be your idea guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you should come and work in advertising. We'd love to have you.
Yep.
Are you in advertising?
I am, yeah. We need people with ideas, right? Oh.
So, Saturday...
Yeah.
I'm going to clump Saturday and Sunday together because I imagine it was cooking. But what else did you do?
Saturday is the clean the house day. So top to bottom. It's also massage day. We have a woman come in.
Top to bottom.
Yep, top to bottom. So my wife usually goes first because she's always got something on the go. Then I go second and just talk about how everything that she's massaging hurts.
I've only had one massage myself. That was in Prague. It was a Thai massage, and my wife was getting a foot massage at the time. And I thought, well, I'm just sat here. I might as well do something.
You sure you want to tell this story, Alex?
Yeah, no, this
I'm
is a
giving
great
you
story.
A get out.
It's a great story, this.
Okay.
It's a really, really happy ending. Doesn't. But yeah, so I was waiting, and and then I was called in, and this very, very short Thai guy came out and beckoned me into this room that just had a mattress on the floor, and then he proceeded to stand on me in all sorts of ways and crack me in all sorts of ways I'd never been cracked before. And all the way through, I was not relaxed. I just kept thinking, I've just spent money on this. This man is hurting me.
Oh.
So, I mean, kind of different, I guess, because the massage you're getting, I presume, is not intended. Yeah, it's not intended to hurt you. But yeah, everything hurted when I did. Everything hurted. Everything hurt when I did that.
That's how much it hurted.
Yeah, it knocked some cells out of my brain. So. Is this a weekly thing then, this massage, Colin?
It is a weekly. My wife used to do it, or did it every week, and for some reason I was always a little leery of it. But then it is relaxing, especially after weeks of cooking.
Yeah, slaving over a hot stove.
Very tense. And our massage is great. She's become a really good friend, which is weird having a friend massage you. No, it isn't actually, because we pay her. So it all works out, yeah. So she's maybe she's not a friend.
Is it not more weird having a friend that you pay to spend time with you?
No, we pay a lot of our friends. We're not as popular as we think we are.
Oh.
Sure, we can laugh. We can laugh about it, Katie. Go ahead.
Oh, bless.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, I like that though. Getting a massage weekly. I mean, I presume I'd get used to it. Just don't want to, angry Thai man coming in.
No, it's actually good. And I was having some shoulder problems. She took care of that. So it is and especially you'll see once you get up into your golden years, as some of us have. And let me just tell you right now, drink as much water as you can right now and stretch every day. That's all I'm going to say. Stretch and water. Trust me. Do it now. Do it every day. You will thank me.
Okay, that's good advice.
I'll do that. Okay, you scared me a bit there.
Oh, if you've seen the things I've seen now.
Really thirsty all of a sudden.
Yes. That's a warning sign. You're dehydrated.
Bless. Well, that's gone by really quickly. But thank you so much, Colin, for taking the time out to talk to us. And
what a lovely week!
And you just had a lovely week full of
Except
cooking.
For the nose test.
You know, amidst all the glitter and glamour, I'm just a regular guy.
Just a regular guy.
Yeah.
He's living his life, cooking his food.
Just thank you so much, regular old Colin Mochrie.
You didn't have to throw the old in, but whatever. If that's the way. Forget what I said about hydrating.
Octogenarian Colin Mochrie there.
He prefers regular, supple.
Thank you.
Colin Mochrie.
Thank you. One of you is very good.
Looks much younger than he actually is. Colin Mochrie.
Wow, it's just getting
well hydrated. Colin Mochrie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stretchy. Stretchy Mochrie. Out of a score
Full
of
of
what
gluten, Colin Mochrie.
sneaks meat into his daughter's dishes. So out of a score of whatever, what would you rate your week, Colin?
Oh, I would say a 7.
Excellent. That's
Strong.
good. Do you have anything you would like to plug while we have you here?
I don't think so. I think I have a couple of
available
shows. If you
for
go to
corporates.
passportshows.com, I think we have 2 more virtual shows, and then we're hoping to actually go to real theaters. I'll have a Christmas movie coming out at some point. Actually, 3 Christmas movies I've done in the last little while. So
3 Christmas movies. Are you playing Santa in all of them?
no, I Santa in one, a handyman of a B&B in the 12 Treats of Christmas,
Ooh.
Lovely.
and I can't remember the other one.
But it's a
Well-
corker.
I will look out for all 3 of those.
Yeah,
I like to believe that they all take place in the same universe, and so you are actually Santa in all of them. It's just that the other characters don't know.
I mean, the good thing is I don't change characters no matter what movie I'm.
You
best
are
way.
Santa. What we're saying is you're Santa.
Absolutely.
Will
Yeah.
you have a beard? We didn't cover that.
Yeah, I will.
Fake or real? Are you going to grow it?
I have a week, so I'm going to say not real. But thank you. Thanks for asking, Alex.
That's a shame. I'm going to get a picture on FaceApp and put a grey beard on you and see what that looks like, just so I can
Lovely.
know what to look out for. That'd be great.
I'm going to say I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm going to look like Santa.
Yeah, possibly. Well, it's been an absolute joy to catch up again, Colin, and thank you so much for doing the show.
My pleasure.
It'll be the shot in the arm I think it needs.
Oh dear.
Heavily vaccinated, and I'm sure it'll be great. But yeah, thank you so much, Colin, and have a great time at the corporate show tonight.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten
Yeah.
about it, but thank you.
Push a hanky.
Push,
push it.
Thank you.
Push the hanky.
Push the hanky.
Push the hanky.
Thank you very much.
Kate, anything you'd like to add?
Colin, I love you.
Oh, well, this has turned out well.
Yeah, there we go.
Alex, you're also lovely.
I'm also here. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was the week that was it?
Was it?
Yes, and see you next time on the next episode. Thank you both once again, and goodbye.
Bye.
Do you like to be the centre of attention? Do you want to be the talk of the town? Do you always want something to talk about? Then you need the ultimate icebreaker and conversation tool. You need to become a vegan.